Today, I'm going to show you how OpenAI's 2026 device could change technology forever. OpenAI just confirmed they're building a physical device, not software, not an app, an actual piece of hardware you'll carry in your pocket. And according to sources close to the company, it launches in 2026. This isn't a rumor anymore. Sam Altman has been meeting with hardware manufacturers. OpenAI hired the designer behind the iPhone's interface. They've filed patents for voice-first AI devices. Something is happening behind closed doors. But the truth behind this will shock you. This device isn't trying to compete with your smartphone, it's trying to replace it entirely. No screen, no apps, just you and AI, talking naturally like two humans. In the next 10 minutes, you'll discover 3 things that will change how you see the future of technology. First, why OpenAI believes screens are the problem, not the solution. Second, how this device could make your iPhone obsolete by 2028. And third, why big tech companies are quietly panicking about what happens next. This matters for iPhone and Android users worldwide. This matters for anyone who uses technology daily. Because what OpenAI is building changes the entire game. Let me show you exactly how this happened. Setup and context. To understand this device, you need to understand what OpenAI learned from ChatGPT. Over 200 million people use ChatGPT every week. They ask questions, they solve problems, they talk to AI like it's a person. But there's a problem. You still need to open an app, type on a keyboard, stare at a screen. It's not natural, it's not how humans actually communicate. Sam Altman said in a recent interview that the future of AI isn't typing prompts. It's talking to AI the way you talk to a friend. Natural conversation, no barriers, no screens between you and the intelligence. That statement wasn't random, it was a signal. OpenAI has been working on this device since early 2024. They've been quiet about it because they're not ready to show it yet. But the pieces are coming together. Here's the first surprise. The designer they hired is Johnny Ive. Yes, the same person who designed the iPhone, the iPad, the MacBook. The person who understands how hardware should feel, how it should fit into your life. He doesn't design products, he designs experiences. Why would OpenAI hire the world's most famous designer unless they're building something revolutionary? This isn't just another gadget. It's a complete reimagining of how we interact with computers. Here's the second surprise. OpenAI has been testing voice-first AI for over a year. The advanced voice mode in ChatGPT isn't just a feature, it's a testing ground. They're learning how people talk to AI. What feels natural, what doesn't work. Every conversation is data. And here's the third surprise. According to reports, this device won't have a traditional screen. It might have a small display for essential information, but that's not the main interface. The main interface is your voice. You talk, it listens, it responds. That's it. This is why US and EU regulators are quietly watching OpenAI. A device that records everything you say, that knows your location, that learns your habits. The privacy implications are massive. The power this gives one company is unprecedented. Now here's where things get really interesting. First major revelation, OpenAI discovered something crucial during their voice AI testing. People don't want to stare at screens all day. They do it because they have to, because that's how technology works right now. But when given the option to just talk, people prefer it. Natural conversation is easier than typing, faster than clicking through menus, more human than scrolling endlessly. Think about your daily routine. You pull out your phone dozens of times. Check messages. Look up information. Set reminders. Navigate somewhere. Most of these tasks don't need a screen. They need answers. They need action. OpenAI's device makes this possible. You want to know the weather? Ask. Need directions? Ask. Want to schedule a meeting? Just say it out loud. The AI handles everything in the background. According to sources familiar with the project, the device is about the size of a car key fob, small enough to clip to your clothing or keep in your pocket. Always listening, always ready. Here's what makes this different from Siri or Google Assistant. Those are features bolted onto existing devices. They're afterthoughts. OpenAI is building hardware specifically designed for AI conversation. Every component optimized for natural interaction. The device reportedly includes multiple microphones for directional audio. It can hear you in noisy environments, filter out background conversations, focus on your voice specifically. This matters because current voice assistants fail in real-world conditions. It also includes a neural processing chip designed specifically for running AI models. Second major revelation. OpenAI isn't just building a voice assistant. They're building a new computing platform, and that changes everything about how big tech operates. Right now, Apple and Google control mobile computing. Use their app stores, their operating systems, their rules. They take 30% of every transaction. Developers have no choice. OpenAI's device doesn't have apps, it has capabilities. The AI can access services directly. Book a restaurant, order a ride, buy something online, all through natural conversation. This bypasses the entire app ecosystem. No app stores, no downloads, no updates. The AI just does what you ask by connecting to services in the background. Think about what this means. You don't need the Uber app. You tell your device, "Get me a ride home." The AI contacts Uber's service directly, handles payment, confirms pickup, all invisible to you. This is why Apple and Google should be concerned. Their power comes from controlling the platform. But if the platform is AI conversation, they don't control it. OpenAI does. Sources suggest that OpenAI has been in talks with major service providers, airlines, hotels, restaurants, retailers, building direct integrations, creating an ecosystem where services connect to AI, not to app stores. The business model is completely different. Instead of taking a percentage of transactions, OpenAI might charge services for access to their AI platform. Or they might charge users a monthly fee for unlimited AI assistance. Either way, it cuts out the middlemen. No app developers taking a share, no platform fees. Just direct connection between you and the services you need. Here's the contrast that makes this stark. Your smartphone has dozens of apps, each with its own interface, its own login, its own way of doing things. You spend mental energy remembering how each app works. OpenAI's device has one interface. You talk. Everything else is handled by AI. You don't need to know how to use 50 different apps. You just need to know how to ask for what you want. Industry experts believe this could reduce the cognitive load of modern technology significantly. We're overwhelmed by apps, notifications, and interfaces. A voice-first device simplifies everything down to conversation. But there's a hidden mechanism here that's even more significant. The device becomes a personal AI agent that acts on your behalf, not just answering questions, actually doing things in the digital world. It can manage your calendar, handle your emails, research topics you're interested in, monitor flights and alert you to delays, order groceries when you're running low, all proactively, based on understanding your patterns. This is ambient intelligence. Technology that works in the background, helping you without being asked. It's the next evolution beyond smartphones that demand constant attention. According to technical reports, OpenAI has developed a new AI model specifically for this kind of proactive assistance. It's not ChatGPT, it's something designed to understand context over days and weeks, not just individual conversations. The model tracks ongoing projects, remembers commitments, understands your priorities. It's less like a tool and more like a personal assistant who knows you deeply. This brings us to the most shocking discovery of all, climax revelation. OpenAI's device isn't just changing how we use technology, it's changing who controls the future of computing, and the implications go far beyond smartphones. Right now, 5 companies control most of consumer technology: Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta. They own the platforms, the data, the infrastructure. They decide what's possible, but AI changes the power dynamic completely. The intelligence matters more than the platform. The conversation interface matters more than the screen. The AI's capabilities matter more than the app ecosystem. OpenAI realized this before everyone else. That's why they're building hardware, not to compete with the iPhone directly, to establish a new category where they set the rules. Think about what happened when the iPhone launched. It didn't just compete with existing phones, it redefined what a phone could be. Touchscreens became standard, apps became central, an entire industry reorganized around Apple's vision. OpenAI is attempting the same thing with AI devices. If they succeed in 10 years, we might look back at smartphones the way we now look at flip phones. Functional but primitive compared to what came next. Here's why this matters on a system level. Whoever controls the primary AI interface controls access to information, services, and digital interaction. That's enormous power. Right now, you search on Google, you shop on Amazon, you socialize on Meta. Each company controls a piece of the digital world. But if one AI device can do all of these things through conversation, that device's maker controls everything. This is what regulators are worried about. OpenAI could become more powerful than any current tech company. Not through monopoly, but through creating an interface so natural that people prefer it. Sources familiar with regulatory discussions say both the US and EU are watching carefully. They're asking questions about data collection, privacy, market power, and competitive practices. But there's no clear framework yet for regulating AI hardware. The technology is moving faster than policy. By the time regulators figure out the rules, OpenAI's device might already be in millions of pockets worldwide. But here's the deeper implication. This device makes AI feel inevitable. Right now, AI is something you choose to use. You open ChatGPT, you ask a question, it's deliberate. With this device, AI becomes ambient. It's always there, always listening, always ready. You stop thinking about whether to use AI. You just live your life and AI helps seamlessly. That changes the human-AI relationship fundamentally. We go from using AI as a tool to living with AI as a constant companion. The line between human decision-making and AI assistance blurs. Some people find this exciting. Imagine never forgetting anything. Always having perfect information, getting optimal help with every decision. Life becomes easier, more efficient, more capable. Outro and call to action. Let's recap what we've uncovered. OpenAI is building a voice-first AI device launching in 2026. It replaces screens with natural conversation. It bypasses the app ecosystem entirely. And it gives OpenAI unprecedented control over the future of human-computer interaction. These four revelations signal the biggest shift in consumer technology since the smartphone. We're moving from device-centric computing to AI-centric assistance. From screens we stare at to intelligence we talk to. From apps we manage to services that just work. For anyone who uses technology daily, this matters. Your next major tech purchase might not be a new phone. It might be an AI device that changes how you live, work, and interact with the digital world. If you found this valuable, hit subscribe. This channel tracks the AI shifts that actually matter, the ones reshaping entire industries, not just incremental updates. We cover big tech power moves, AI breakthroughs, and the future of human-AI interaction. Click like if this changed how you think about the future of technology. It helps us reach more people trying to understand where tech is really heading. Drop a comment answering this. Would you replace your smartphone with a screenless AI device? What would you miss most about having a screen? The discussions in our comments are where real insights happen. We've got developers, tech enthusiasts, and early adopters from around the world sharing perspectives. For those wanting deeper analysis, I send weekly breakdowns of AI and tech shifts in my newsletter. No fluff. Just the strategic moves and technological changes that matter. Link is in the description. Share this with someone who'd benefit from understanding where technology is headed. Not the hype. The real shifts happening behind the scenes. OpenAI's 2026 device might succeed. It might fail. But either way, it represents where computing is going. Ambient, conversational, intelligent, that future is closer than most people think. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one, where we're breaking down something even bigger about AI's impact on society.